Have you ever noticed the subtle energy that enters a room when someone carries jealousy? It is not loud, not overt, but it's there like a faint whisper in the air, seeking to unsettle the peace within you. Jealousy is a shadow that often hides in plain sight, veiled behind words, gestures, or even silence. But if you are deeply present, if you are alert, you can feel it. You can sense the energy of envy before it even speaks. Sometimes it reveals itself in words that seem innocent on the surface but carry a subtle weight meant to pull you down. They might say, "You're so lucky," as though all the effort, grace, and wisdom that have shaped your journey were mere chance. Pay attention to how these words feel, not just their sound, but the vibration beneath them. They aren't celebrating you, they are trying to explain you away, to diminish the light that shines so brightly within you. Or perhaps they say, "If I were you, I would have done it this way." Notice how this statement carries the energy of dissatisfaction, not with you, but with themselves. They are not offering guidance, they are projecting their own unfulfilled potential. The words are not meant to lift you, but to sow doubt in the path you are walking. And then there is the most telling sign of all silence. The silence when you achieve something extraordinary, the silence where there should be joy and celebration. This silence is not peace, it is the withholding of love, the inability to join in your expansion. It is the energy of resistance to the abundance flowing into your life. When you recognize these signs, resist the urge to react. There is nothing to fight, for jealousy is not truly about you. It is a reflection of the lack someone feels within themselves, the pain of being disconnected from their own inner source of light. What you are seeing is not malice, it is suffering. A longing for something they believe they cannot have. Do not take it personally, for their envy is not your burden to carry. Simply observe it without judgment, without resistance. See it for what it is, a fleeting shadow, incapable of touching the eternal essence within you. And as you observe, something miraculous happens. The power it seemed to have over you dissolves. You remain untouched, like the sky that remains vast and clear, no matter how many clouds pass through it. But what about them, the ones who are caught in jealousy? What can you do for them? The answer is simple: you hold space. You allow them to be as they are without letting their energy disturb your inner stillness. And when you feel it is right, you offer them kindness, not out of duty, but out of love. For jealousy is a call for love, a silent plea to remember their own connection to the infinite. And as you walk through life, do not dim your light to make others comfortable. Your light is not just for you, it is for the world, for the unfolding of something far greater than your mind can comprehend. Each success, each blessing that comes your way is not random. It is a reflection of the divine flowing through you, a reminder of what is possible when you align with the infinite source of all that is. So let the whispers of jealousy come, if they must. Let the shadows pass. They cannot touch what is real, what is eternal. Stay rooted in the truth of who you are, a being of light, unshaken, untouchable, and deeply at peace. And in this stillness, even the jealous will find their reflection, and perhaps one day they too will awaken to the light within themselves. Jealousy is one of those emotions that doesn't need to shout to make its presence known. It slips into a room quietly, unnoticed by most, yet its energy is undeniable to those who are attuned to the spiritual and emotional atmosphere. It doesn't wear a bold face or announce itself with grand gestures. Instead, jealousy moves like a shadow, subtle, elusive, and often hiding in plain sight. Its impact, however, is anything but subtle. If you are deeply present, if your heart is connected to the stillness within, you can feel it. You can sense the disturbance it brings, like a ripple on an otherwise calm lake. Sometimes jealousy cloaks itself in the guise of casual remarks, gestures, or even feigned kindness. It doesn't walk in and declare, "I am here." Instead, it whispers, "I wish that were me." These whispers can manifest in words that seem harmless on the surface, but carry an undertone of envy, a faint vibration that seeks to destabilize or diminish. Jealousy rarely confronts directly. It operates in subtleties, in the spaces between words, in the pauses and hesitations. Consider a simple compliment that carries an invisible weight. "You're so lucky" on the surface. It sounds like admiration, even joy for your success. But beneath the words lies a shadow, an unspoken comparison, a quiet denial of the hard work, faith, and grace that brought you to this moment. It's as if your blessings are reduced to mere chance, as if the divine orchestration of your life can be explained away as a roll of the dice. Other times, jealousy finds expression in unsolicited advice. "If I were you, I would have done it this way." Notice the subtle energy of this statement. It isn't about lifting you up or celebrating your achievements. Instead, it carries dissatisfaction not with you, but with the speaker themselves. It's a projection of their own unfulfilled potential, an attempt to poke holes in the joy or confidence you carry. Even more telling than words is the silence. Jealousy often speaks loudest in the absence of acknowledgement. It's the quiet when you've achieved something extraordinary, the lack of congratulations where there should be celebration. This silence isn't peace. It's the withholding of love, an internal rebellion against the light that shines through you. This silence carries a tension, a resistance to the abundance flowing in your life. Yet, for all its subtlety, jealousy cannot hide from the heart that is deeply connected to truth. It is an energy of lack, a shadow cast by the false belief that blessings are finite. It creates walls where none exist, turning the success or favor of one into a perceived threat to another. Recognizing jealousy for what it is, a fleeting shadow, empowers you to rise above it. You see it not as a personal attack, but as a reflection of someone else's struggle. And as you remain grounded in your light, jealousy loses its grip, dissolving in the presence of divine love and truth. Jealousy rarely reveals itself openly. It prefers to wear a mask, disguising itself in words that seem harmless or even kind on the surface, but carry a subtle energy meant to diminish or destabilize. These words are not always easy to detect because they often come wrapped in the guise of admiration, advice, or concern. Yet beneath their exterior lies a hidden intention to undermine, to diminish, or to project dissatisfaction. Take, for example, the phrase, "You're so lucky." At first glance, it might sound like a compliment, an acknowledgement of the blessings or success in your life. But listen closely. What does this phrase imply? It reduces the effort, faith, and grace that have shaped your journey to mere chance. It subtly denies the divine orchestration that has brought you to this place. Instead of celebrating your achievements or growth, these words attempt to explain them away as though they were unearned or undeserved. Beneath the surface, "You're so lucky" can carry the unspoken sentiment, "Why you and not me?" Or consider the statement, "If I were you, I would have done it this way." At first, it might seem like constructive feedback, even helpful advice. But when jealousy speaks, the intention is not to guide but to sow seeds of doubt. This statement doesn't arise from a place of wisdom. It stems from dissatisfaction not with your choices, but with the speaker's own. It is an attempt to project their unfulfilled potential or insecurities onto you. By subtly questioning your path, they seek to make themselves feel better, even if it's at your expense. These words often carry a vibration that feels slightly off. You might not immediately recognize it, but if you pause, you can sense it. There's a heaviness, a tension in what's being said. They don't lift you, they pull you, even if just a little, into a place of doubt or unease. And that's the intention, not overtly to harm, but to level the playing field in a way that diminishes your light. When you encounter such disguised words, it's essential to remain centered. Don't react or take them personally. Instead, recognize them for what they are, a reflection of someone else's inner struggles. Their words are not about you, they are about the envy they feel and the emptiness they are trying to fill. Jealousy speaks not to celebrate but to subtly wound, to bring others down to its level. But when you remain grounded in the truth of who you are, these words lose their power. They cannot touch the light within you, the divine essence that no amount of jealousy can dim. Silence, in the context of jealousy, is not the absence of words but the presence of something far heavier, a deliberate withholding of love, acknowledgement, and celebration. It is a profound and telling sign, often more powerful than words spoken aloud. When someone is genuinely happy for you, their joy cannot be contained. It overflows in words, smiles, or simple gestures of support. But jealousy chooses silence as its weapon, a quiet rebellion against the light that shines through you. Imagine achieving something extraordinary, a milestone you've worked tirelessly toward or a blessing you've prayed for. Naturally, you expect those around you to share in your joy, to reflect the love and celebration you feel. Yet, instead of congratulations or excitement, there is quiet. Not the peaceful kind, but a silence that feels heavy, uncomfortable, and deliberate. It's as though the room itself holds its breath, refusing to honor your success. This silence is not an absence of words, it is the presence of resistance. It is a refusal to validate your accomplishment, an unspoken statement that says, "I cannot celebrate what reminds me of what I lack." In withholding acknowledgement, the jealous attempt to diminish the significance of your achievement. They avoid eye contact, change the subject, or simply stay quiet when the moment calls for joy. But why does jealousy choose silence? Because it is a form of control. Words of celebration require surrender. Jealousy is often misunderstood as something directed at you, your achievements, your blessings, or your light. But in truth, jealousy is never truly about you. It is a reflection of someone else's inner struggle, a symptom of their feelings of lack, disconnection, or unfulfilled potential. To understand this is to unlock a profound truth: you are not the cause of their envy, and therefore it is not your burden to carry. When someone feels jealous, they are not seeing you as you are. They are projecting their unmet desires, their doubts, and their insecurities onto you. Your success or blessings become a mirror, reflecting back to them the parts of their own life where they feel they have fallen short. It is not your light they resent, but the shadow it casts on their own perceived inadequacies. This feeling of lack arises from a deep disconnection from themselves, from their purpose, and often from the divine. When a person is rooted in their own abundance and aligned with their true calling, they do not experience jealousy. Instead, they feel joy for others, knowing that success and blessings are not limited, but infinite. Jealousy, then, is not about the reality of your life, but the illusion of scarcity in theirs. Consider this: when someone envies your achievements, they are not focused on the effort, sacrifice, or divine grace that brought you to this place. They are focused on what they believe they lack, whether it's success, recognition, or happiness. This is why their jealousy is not your responsibility. You cannot heal their sense of lack by diminishing your light. To do so would be to deny the blessings that God has given you and the path you are called to walk. Recognizing this truth allows you to release any personal burden. It frees you from the need to explain, defend, or justify your success. You no longer take their envy as a personal attack, but see it as a cry for help, a longing for the connection and fulfillment they have yet to find. This perspective transforms your response. Instead of reacting with frustration or hurt, you can respond with compassion and understanding. This does not mean you must tolerate negative behavior or dim your light to make others comfortable. On the contrary, your role is to continue shining. Let your light be a beacon, not to provoke envy, but to inspire others to reconnect with their own divine source. Your success is not just for you, it is a testimony to what is possible when we align with the infinite abundance of God. Jealousy, at its core, is a wound crying out for healing. But that healing must come from within. Your task is not to carry their envy, but to walk firmly in your own purpose, trusting that your blessings are a reflection of divine favor. In doing so, you honor the path you are on and hold space for others to find their own. When faced with jealousy, the way you respond can either amplify its power or render it powerless. Jealousy thrives on reaction. It seeks to provoke, to unsettle, to pull you into a place of defensiveness or insecurity. But when you choose not to react, when you simply observe it with calm detachment, something extraordinary happens. Its power dissolves. Jealousy loses its grip, not because it ceases to exist, but because it no longer finds a foothold in you. Resisting the urge to react does not mean ignoring or condoning the behavior. It means seeing jealousy for what it truly is: a fleeting shadow, a reflection of someone else's inner turmoil, not a reflection of your worth. When you observe jealousy without judgment, you step into a position of strength. You become like the vast sky, unshaken by the passing clouds. In this stillness, you gain clarity. You see that jealousy is not a personal attack, but an expression of another's pain, insecurity, or sense of lack. It is not about you, it is about their internal struggles. This realization frees you from taking their words or actions to heart. You are no longer bound by their projections, and your peace remains intact. When you react, whether with anger, defensiveness, or even an attempt to placate, you unknowingly feed the energy of jealousy. It grows, finding validation in your response. But when you simply observe, it is met with stillness, an energy it cannot contend with. Jealousy seeks to create chaos, but stillness is its undoing. Observing without judgment also allows you to act from a place of wisdom rather than emotion. Instead of retaliating or withdrawing, you can choose compassion. You recognize that the jealous person is struggling with their own sense of disconnection. Their envy is not a reflection of your light, but their inability to see their own. This understanding enables you to respond with kindness, not out of obligation, but out of the strength that comes from being rooted in your inner light. Anchoring yourself in peace does not mean you allow jealousy to overshadow your life. On the contrary, it means standing firm in your light, unapologetically embracing the blessings and success that God has given you. Your light is not a threat, it is a reminder of the infinite abundance available to all. By remaining centered, you offer a silent invitation for others to reconnect with their own source of light. In the face of jealousy, your response is your power. By choosing stillness and understanding over reaction, you rise above the shadow it casts. You remain grounded in your truth, untouched by the shifting energies around you. And in doing so, you not only protect your peace, but also become an example of grace, a living testimony to the power of light over shadow. When you encounter jealousy, remember that the true power lies not in defending yourself or retreating, but in holding space with compassion and understanding. To hold space is to create an environment where others can be seen, acknowledged, and accepted for who they are, even in their struggles. It's the act of allowing their jealousy to exist without judgment or resistance, and yet remaining unwavering in your own truth. You do not need to react to their envy or diminish your own light to make them feel more comfortable. Your role is not to dim your brilliance, but to continue shining, not just for yourself, but as a beacon to uplift others. Recognize that those who harbor envy are often battling feelings of disconnection, inadequacy, or unmet potential. Their jealousy is a reflection of their internal struggles, a longing for something they feel they cannot attain. It is not a personal attack on you. Rather, it is a cry for love, for acknowledgement, and for the reminder that they too have the ability to step into their divine purpose and abundance. Their envy is rooted in their own disconnection from the truth of who they are, and from the vastness of the blessings that await them when they reconnect with the divine. This understanding allows you to hold space for them without taking their feelings personally. You do not need to defend yourself or prove anything. You simply hold love and understanding in your heart, knowing that their jealousy is born from a place of pain and longing. Your light, your blessings, your success are not meant to make others feel small, but to serve as a reminder of the divine favor that flows freely to all who are willing to embrace it. By shining your light without hesitation or apology, you show others what is possible when we align with the divine. Your life is not a competition, it is a testimony to the goodness of God's grace. Your blessings are not random or earned by your own might alone. They are an expression of the divine favor that surrounds us all. And as you stand firmly in that truth, you become a living example of what is possible for anyone who is willing to walk the path of faith, trust, and abundance. Do not let others' discomfort with your light sway you from your purpose. Dim your light for no one. For when you diminish your own brilliance to make others feel comfortable, you rob the world of the unique gifts and talents that only you can offer. You were born to shine brightly, to inspire, and to uplift. Your light is a reflection of divine love, meant to illuminate the darkness and guide others toward their own path of fulfillment. So hold space with compassion. Offer kindness to those who struggle with jealousy, not from a place of superiority, but from understanding. Your success is not a threat to others, it is a testament to the abundance of divine grace that is available to all. Let your light shine unapologetically, and in doing so, you not only honor yourself but offer the world the gift of inspiration, hope, and the reminder of what is possible when we walk in the light of faith.